Hello, Connecticut. You're watching The Wax. I'm Renee Danino. Don't forget to give me a follow on social media. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Just look for @Renee Danino. And you know, there is another Renee Danino, but you'll know it's me because the other one, I think she's 20 to 25, and she's an athlete and a marathon runner. I know you probably could confuse us, but that's how you'll know it's me. Just, I'm not the athlete. Thank you so much. My next guests have a very near and special place in my heart because of the Alzheimer's Association. My grandmothers both had Alzheimer's, and I was a caregiver. So the two of you being here today, it's emotional, it's impactful, it's special. Maria Kulowski, she's a volunteer and former caregiver, and our dear friend Kristen Cusado of the Alzheimer's Association. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
So, Kristen, let's start with you. Let's remind our audience, right, a little update on the Alzheimer's Association here in Connecticut, who you are, how you help, and where we are today with research and funding and needs.
Oh my goodness, do you have an hour and a half? We are so excited. We are in such an amazing, amazing place right now, especially with the new treatments. And it's all because of everything that everyone's done for us over the years. You know, right now, amazingly, there are 2 medications that are approved for those in the early stages of Alzheimer's disease, which actually gives them more time to live independently. It's not for everyone, and you have to qualify to make sure you have all the medical, you know, tests, et cetera. But it's for those in the early stages to give them more time with their families. And that's really amazing, because what we need to do is make sure that everyone knows that when you have a memory concern, you need to take it to the doctor. There's no point in waiting. It's very important to get that diagnosis early so that maybe you can get involved in a medication, maybe a clinical trial. But what we have for people, including caregivers, is support groups, we have education classes, we have advocacy, we have several walks in the fall. You amazingly host these walks for us, especially the one in Hartford every year, and we're so grateful. So we really have a lot of ways that you can get involved with us, and we just want people to know that we're here and you don't have to do it alone. That's our main thing.
And something over the years that has been new to our interviews, even for me, even though I've been dealing with this for so many years now, over 20 years now, being a part of the organization, is the younger spectrum of people being diagnosed with dementia or early onset Alzheimer's. And I think there's questions, comments, concerns that the average person has. Like when I was first dealing with it with my grandmother, and then I want you to expand on this, you know, I would forget something, or I'd put something someplace and I would think, oh my gosh, do I have Alzheimer's? And then somebody from your organization, Christy, said to me, the best way to explain it is that if you can't find your keys, but you know what your keys are for, that's the difference. It's when you don't know what your keys are for your car.
And then when you get into the car, if you don't know what R is reverse and D is drive, right?
These are things, but these are things that people have to take into consideration. And before we get into our caregiver conversation, where's the best place for someone to go to get help, to answer questions, and to find out more details?
And you're absolutely right about all that stuff, Renee. There are more people that it seems who are reaching out saying, I've been diagnosed in my 40s and my 50s and early 60s. Typically, if there is a typical, most people are diagnosed over the age of 65. But we're seeing more and more of these folks with this younger onset, younger than 65 years old. So we have a lot of activities for them. We have groups. It's a different mindset. Some of these folks are taking care of children, working still, and living with the disease. So there's just so much. But call our 800 number. It's 800-272-3900, or go to our website, alz.org/CT, for any information. And again, always talk to your doctor. Don't hide and don't just, I'm going to sit on this for a couple of years. No. Go get it checked out.
Because the medication can help. And we do have the Alzheimer's hotline on the bottom of your screen. And Maria, I want to talk to you because you were a caregiver. You and I both held the purple flower at the walks. That's signifying the loss of a loved one. I know as well for you too, Kristen. But I'd love to hear your story, Maria, from, you know, about your mom, about being a caregiver, and how that affected you.
Thank you, Renee. Yeah, my mom was diagnosed with the Alzheimer's disease at age 65. Oh, okay. She lived with the disease for 22 years.
Jeez.
So we, as a family, I have 5 siblings, 6 total, including myself, took care of her. We honored my dad's wishes. He wanted to keep her home as long as possible. So we honored his wishes, and we did everything in our power to try to keep her at home. Between the 6 of us, we took turns at night. He was there with her during the day, checking in on her. It got, year after year after year, it got a little harder, harder. I had just had twins, so I had 4 kids I was bringing with me to my mom's house to take care of her with my husband, because I couldn't do it alone. We did that since they were born, until she passed. She passed in 2014. My mom was an amazing amazing person. She did everything in her power to make sure that all of her 6 siblings, including her 15 grandchildren and 9 great-grandchildren, to always care for them, be there whenever they needed her. She loved to bake, she loved to cook, she loved gardening, and it was a very sad day when all that stuff started dissipating little by little.
So could you let our audience know, from your perspective, some of the emotions you went through being a caregiver and how it impacted your life?
The emotions were up and down. It was a roller coaster ride. You know, when you got to take the good moments that she has and run with that, and be happy for her that she's having one of those good days. But going home every night, not knowing how long this disease was going to progress, how long it was going to take her before it takes her life, we didn't know. And she was on hospice a few times, and we thought this was it, and it, you know, she bounced right back. I don't know if that's because of the care. But it was a very difficult journey. You can't do it alone. You have the support of family, friends, coworkers, everybody. You can't. We've actually used the respite program that's offered by the Alzheimer's for my mom's care, because it got to a place where my dad had surgery and we had nobody else to take care of her during the day. So we reached out to the respite program. They helped with the aides. They helped with us with our support. What do you need? You know, what can we do to help? You know, to get you through this. So they were a great organization to use.
And we do have that hotline on your screen right now, and I wish we had more time to go into more details, but I know that you're going to be coming back, Kristen, with more caregivers. And as we wrap our segment here, I want to make sure that we have time for you to at least get out maybe one tip you can share for a caregiver, one kind thing you could do for yourself, and then also ways to get information if you are a caregiver, how to be kind to yourself, and how the Alzheimer's Association here in Connecticut can help. Go ahead,
We always
Kristen.
say take your oxygen first, Renee. You know, you really need to be a strong caregiver with that, you know, lungs full of oxygen, feeling strong, so that you can take care of your loved ones. So really do self-care. Make sure that you are doing something for yourself a little bit here and there. Call out for friends to come watch your person so you can go take a nap. Anything, just get a break. Go take a little walk around the block. You need to take care of your mental health, and you need to take care of yourself, and you need to rest. So that's really important. And we have virtual volunteer sessions coming up this week. If you guys want to come on and find out how to be a volunteer, our 800 number again, 800-272-3900, 24/7, call anytime. And then come to our website and learn about our education classes, support groups, alz.org/CT.
I appreciate you both so very much. Kristen and Maria, thank you for sharing a part of your mom with us here on Hello Connecticut. We've got more still to come. You're watching The Wax. Our friends from CT Visit are going to give us a hot destination and talk about dry January. Stay with us.